He has a right to us. He has a right to everything that makes up who I am. My down sitting, my upright. He has a right to lead me and guide me. Amen. He has a right to bring reproof and correction and instruction in righteousness. He has a right to do whatever he wants because I've been bought with the price. And he said, why say Lord, Lord, and do not nothing I say? He's not Lord. Luke 6:46 is powerful. Powerful. Say, well, he's my Lord. No, no, no. Because in his light you shall see light. In his presence, your mind is reconfigured. You become a new wineskin. Your thinking is changed. Your walk has changed. Your preferences are changed. And you understand, he harnessed me. He put a hook in me. Song of Solomon, man. If y'all haven't looked, let me just, I can't say it, never mind. But I pray that we have an encounter with the Lord where we begin to live his life and walk in the light of his glory. That's when we say in his light we should see light. It's when we begin to have walking in, and this is what I wrote, living his life and walking in the light of his glory, which is paramount for us. I want his light. I want, because it's this light that exposes things. See, in this light you don't waste time. Oh boy. In this light you can see the booby traps and the minefields. In this light you can see what's in the future. Because he said, I'll show you things to come. When you walking in this light, as if you live in that perspective, it's living from that perspective. It's not some subliminal thought or a level of consciousness. It's an application. When you say, you make up in your mind, God, I want to live in your light. I want the ramifications and the replications of your agenda to be in my life. Because I understand what Scripture says. How can two walk together unless they agree? And something happens in the earth when you start agreeing with God. Things shift. Things change. Things come alive. It's when you start agreeing with God. Things take a turn in your favor. When you're equally yoked with God. Equally yoked with God. Equally yoked. When you're dialed in on a whole other frequency, I want to think as the Lord thinks. I want to let this mind to be in me. I want to make myself with no reputation. So I can willfully lay my life down. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. In your light, we should see light. We should have the light of life, the light of prosperity. Finances come alive in his light. Yeah. Some of us are sown in darkness, but if we sow in light, we say, God, I give it to you. And your word says, in light, men should give it to my bosom. That's in light. And your light is like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to do it. Flipping quarters and everything. Cutting corners. Flipping quarters. Robbing Peter to pay Paul. Because we're not in his light. When we're in his light, we understand where money comes from. We understand that what David said, what he said concerning the temple, is also our anthem. All things come from him. All glory and honor. Everything comes from him. That's what David said. David said, I'm at the end of this thing and I'm going to transfer this kingdom to my son, but I recognize where I get it from. And that's what we got to come to, folks. We got to come to that point. Tell your neighbor, we got to get to that point. Where our resources is given to the Lord. Amen? Amen. This is what I wrote. Until we step from living within our means to living with his, we may seem like Christians, but our financial resources are merely human. is human. Flesh is flesh. I want to transpose. I want a transference of my resources. It's transferred or transposed when I'm in his light. I'm going to be satisfied with his house, what's on the table, when I can trust him in the area of my finances.
Amen.
Yeah. I'm talking about the light of life and the light of prosperity. Yes. We want to prosper. Everybody's saying, well, God spoke a word. Some of us spoke to and about prophetically, and we're still in the same state. We think because he spoke, it's going to happen. No. That's the inauguration. That's the introduction. You got to read between the lines. When I get prophetic words, I read between the lines. I'm not so fixated on what they said. I'm thinking about how it's going around. God said so and so, and then we judge him on it. He declares the end from the beginning, y'all. Yo, that's what he do. He declares the end from the beginning. He's an author. Every author declares the end from the beginning. They work backwards. That's what he does. He works backwards. And what happened all of a sudden in your life, you go backwards. He speaks a thing to you and tell you how he wants to make you prosperous, and all of a sudden we get tight-fisted. Because the things in our life start speaking to us and telling us and prophesying to us and telling us God is a lie. Oh boy. That's what it does. It starts prophesying and you tell you, has your God said? I'm serious. I've heard that before. And you got to stand up in the midst of that storm. You got to stand up in the midst of that voice. Yes. You got to take what the scripture says. Whose report are you going to believe? I believe the report of the Lord. Most of us don't stand up and speak. We roll with the punches. We don't understand that, you can't swing like that no more. I'm going to get rid of it grounded. Amen? And if I don't know, if I can't fight and I don't know how to handle the punches, then you go and get the training that's necessary.
That's it.
I got beat up one time in my life. One time I said, I'll never get beat up again. I started boxing and getting in karate. I was being MMA before there was MMA. We had it on the hill, up in the park. Am I right? We was up there, we had it all. Sundays we was up there doing it. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Y'all remember kung fu fighting? We was up there, whoa, everybody was like, what did it do there? Who? No, that wasn't Matrix. Leroy? Bruce Leroy, right? I didn't do it right, or was I doing Matrix? I got them all mixed up. Okay. The one that had the glow. Showed up. Last Dragon. Everybody, I'm talking about everybody was up there kicking and swinging. But I'm here to tell you guys that there are some things that the enemy wants to keep us confined to.
Yes.
But I just read a couple of verses. I'm going to get ready to close. I read a couple of verses to let you know that it's imperative. The light is on. Yes. You don't have to look for the switch.
That's right.
I know most of us are trying to say, well, why is it so dark in my house? The light is on.
Yes.
Now it may be on the bushel,
but it's on.
But it's on.
Yes.
Never went off. It was set for 2,000 years.
Yes.
Now we got to remove the blinders.
Yes, that's it.
Off our eyes. And you know the scripture I always talk about.
Yes.
In Psalm 119:18.
Yes.
I said, open thou my eyes, that I may behold wondrous things from thy law.
Yes.
You have to get scriptures. I put that stuff in me. And that word open don't mean just open like you just open the blind or open a door. It means to go in exile and recover my sight. So when I read the prosperity that's in that house, then I have to tell God, you have to dialogue with God. You have to commune with God. This stuff just don't fall on you.
That's right.
It just don't come to you because the enemy understands. He wants to, how to say it? He wants to kind of bring convolute everything. He wants to get things all distorted and out of whack. And he wants to, wear us down. That's what he says in Daniel. He likes to change the times and the laws. And you know what it said later in that chapter? It said to wear out the saints.
Yes.
That's not no historical, physical person that's going to be in the Middle East. It's the Antichrist spirit. It's about the Antichrist. The Antichrist spirit wants to wear us out. And what is the Antichrist spirit? Instead of the anointing. Instead of his light. Instead of being satisfied with the abundance of his house. Instead of the river of pleasures, eating, communion, and dominion having in our life, we living on scarcity and just enough. It's instead of. And so we have to become law-abiding citizens.
Yes. Yeah.
Law-abiding citizens. I know we're not under the Old Testament. But I'm talking about we were law-abiding citizens when we were unregenerated. And then all of a sudden we can say, well, I don't know nothing about order. Oh, yes, you did. Come on, you lie, you fry.
Come on.
I had order in my life when I was a heathen. I knew how to start my day and how to finish my day.
That's it.
I couldn't put my feet down without a 40 bit in the refrigerator and 2 joints on my table.
Come on now.
Every morning.